Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who wanted a general reading, but they told me their story and they had some specific questions. So, what I did for you is I made you a custom spread, and it's going to cover everything. It's going to cover like where you're at in your journey, your past, what's going on in your love life, some action to take, your spiritual gifts and how you can develop and use them, what's going on in your career, and just your next steps, what to prepare for, and some advice. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. What I did is I got balanced, I took some deep breaths, and I pulled these cards for you, and these two shot out of the deck. So it's really interesting. But before we start here, if you found your way to this reading and it's not your personal reading, then stay tuned. Maybe there's some information that will come through for you as well. And if you're interested, check out the description below to find out how you can book me for a personal reading. This is a personal reading for someone who identifies as male, and so we're going to do the reading. I'm going to be saying like he a lot and gender and stuff like that, but if you're female or you identify another way, then just kind of switch the pronouns and stuff. This could apply to you as well. So let's get started. These cards that came out are so interesting. I feel like it's your fate. Honestly, I'm like holding in my hands right now. I'm tapping into your energy, and I do feel, you do have a very sensitive soul, and I feel your open heart, and I feel like you have this really deep understanding of human nature and of other people, and you're fascinated by people, but you're also, I feel like you're timid to admit this to yourself, like your interest in this area, because you want to help others, but in the past perhaps it's backfired or it's been draining for you. But I'm seeing this kind of like new birth here, and I feel like that's what this like child in this picture is like reminding me of. Like there's this new birth and there's this new side of you that really wants to be expressed when it comes to counseling or doing some type of healing work. So I know you mentioned that you're kind of getting into that type of stuff, and so yeah, this is a good direction for you to head in. This is like the judgment card, like the fate card, like the karma card, and I feel like they're just saying like pay attention here, like this is something you're going to want to pay attention to, you, this new birth, this new growth here. This is a side of you that really wants to be developed, and it says, you are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So it could actually be children. Maybe you need to start working with children, but I feel like it's more like metaphoric. Like I think it's talking about like the inner child, like healing work, of some sort. So what's the next one? Where you're at in your journey. Wow, that's pretty exciting. So you've reached some type of milestone in your life, and whenever you get this card, it's really important that you acknowledge it and you realize and you look into your life and see, what do you need to be thankful for? What do you need to celebrate here? Maybe you should stop and take a rest and kind of really savor where you're at right now in life, because it's a really beautiful place. I think sometimes we get so focused on what's next and what's next and what's next, and we can easily forget to live. I say that from experience because I'm an Aquarius and I'm always got my eyes set on the future, but I feel that same fire in you, like you've got this passion, I'm tapping into you and your energy, and I feel passion from you. But they're saying you need to trust yourself right now and trust your inner wisdom. I feel like you've been thinking a lot at night. That's what this card talks about. It talks about usually late at night, right before you go to bed. It's a time where a reflection. And I feel like there's been something on your mind, like a change you want to make in your life, perhaps. And, you know, what you need to do is just before you make these changes and start heading in this new direction, take a moment to just appreciate where you're at. And so I feel like that's where you're at right now in your journey. Like, good things have happened. You finally reached the top of the mountain, and now you're here. And now I guess you're thinking about the next journey you want to go on, perhaps. You're thinking about what you want to build for the future. But, you know, take time to celebrate, be thankful. It's really important, you know, express that gratitude. What you put out comes back. And that's why people who are super grateful, they seem to be the ones who have it all. They have a lot to be grateful for, you know. If you keep telling the universe that you've got a lot to be thankful for, the universe will mirror back to you, oh, that's true, here's more. You're right, you do have a lot to be thankful for, you know. So you want to stay focused on that, you know, not like in a fake way, you know. You got to be authentic here, but I feel like there's a lot around you perhaps have forgotten to be thankful for. And that happens to me sometimes, so that's coming out with these cards. I also see that there's a lot of people who've come into your life recently to help you and to support you. And it happened really fast. I see, like, there's this energy here in this movement. And this could also talk about, though, your desire for connection. You have a desire for, like, a girlfriend, like a romantic partner. You've been thinking a lot, perhaps, about the past and some things that have happened in your relationships, but you're wanting to move forward and to really experience joy and bliss and celebrate your life and, you know, with someone else. Now, the past, like where you've come from recently. So, I see that in your past there was a woman. I'm getting this image in my head. I mean, she was definitely a nature lover. I feel like she was gentle like you, but I do feel like she left, and you wanted to try to get her back, and you fought hard for this person, I'm seeing. And you still have this hope down here, because that's kind of what this little egg down here represents. Like this, something that's been planted. But I feel like this is the past because you've decided to move on from this person. You've decided to move on from this relationship and from trying to make this work. So let me know if this resonates, because you didn't mention anything really about this in your email, and so I'm just kind of going out on a limb here, but this is what I see, and I'm feeling like a lot of sadness here, and I'm probably going to move on, not stay on this one too long, but I do feel sadness, and so, like, this sadness is here right in your past, but, you know, this is a happy time for you at present. You know, you've moved past that, and, like, I feel like maybe there are other women coming into your life. You have options or something, or you're thinking about getting back out there, and so there's a good energy at present, but I do feel that in your past. Now, love. So we're moving right on to love, which is, I guess that kind of flows. So they're saying for right now, it's really important that you are kind of independent and on your own. Like, this separation that you've had from this person has actually become the foundation for your strength and success. And you seem to be very focused on manifesting something when it comes to love. But the truth is, you need more healing. You need more healing and purification. And this is actually bringing more joy into your life. Like, the more that you release all these burdens and trauma from the past, like, the more capacity you have for joy and to really, like, appreciate this life. And so, appreciation, that seems to be, like, a theme that's coming up for you. And I think that this is going to be the gateway to unlock that, and you'll see that more manifestations will come through for you. And yeah, I'm feeling like some really authentic growth here. Things are going well for you, but when it comes to love, it's like you're ready, but you just need a little bit of healing first. And so I feel like perhaps this separation or whatever it is, it's in your recent past. And these cards like called out to me, like they kind of went along with this, but what they're actually for is action to take when it comes to your love life. And so they're just saying continue your healing. And I can give some healing suggestions, but I do think healing is a very personal process, and you're participating in healing right now. Tarot is a form of healing. Just having someone else hold space for you and tap into your energy and try to just speak some positive word into your life. So you're already doing that. You know, you can do Reiki and energy balancing, acupuncture. You can just go visit your traditional doctor, or Western doctor, whatever it fits you best, and get a checkup if it's been a while. It could be inner healing, like some meditation, cord cutting, you know, chakra balancing. You could, you know, maybe try to drink more purified water and eat healthier food, more plant-based diet, spend more time in the sun, take good care of your skin, beautify your home, beautify yourself, you know, inner and outer healing. There's a lot of ways. I'm sure here on YouTube too, you can find a lot of ways to do some healing work. Get into it. Whatever your soul is calling for, but this is going to help remove blockages so that you can enjoy your life more and appreciate the joy and the bliss. Because sometimes when there's something on your mind or your heart, it's hard to wake up every day and to appreciate it. You know, if you're not in alignment too, sometimes healing work can take you down to the root of an issue and make you realize, you know what, I'm not happy living in this place. I want to move somewhere else. Or, you know what, I'm not happy at this job. I think it's time I did something else, you know, with my time. Or I'm not happy with this friend or with this partner or with this, you know, whatever it is, this habit, this addiction, this, you know, maybe those are some questions you need to be asking yourself. And when you do this healing, like, it'll just bring it up, it'll reveal it to you, and you'll be able to make choices to help bring you more into alignment and to feel happier, and get rid of the blockages that stand between you and happiness. And with happiness, I'm not talking about like you might just, I don't know, depending on where you're at in your healing process and just kind of the lens through which you view the world, I'm kind of feeling like happiness is this foreign concept to you, and like it's just something kind of strange, you know, something that feels more unattainable. But I'm talking more about peace, you know. For me, peace and happiness are very, you know, they're almost one and the same for me, and I think that's kind of what you're looking for here. And the healing helps you do that, so you don't have to put any guilt or any shame on yourself anymore. It helps you like remove all the cords connected to like fear and like lack mentality and just bad vibes, you know. So I guess I'm going on a healing rant right now, but I have a lot to say about it because I've been doing a lot of this in my own life. And when I see this purification card come out, when I got this deck, it was one of the first times I learned about, you know, different types of healing, and just became more conscious that, you know, I had to take responsibility for that in my life. And, you know, I had to take responsibility for my energy and just for the things that were happening. I think you're starting to realize, like, you know, you're not the kind of person that looks at life like you're a victim of circumstance. I feel like you really are kind of on this path of self-improvement here, especially when it comes to your love life. You want to do things better. You want to find a good match for yourself. And so the healing's going to help unite you with the right person, because your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you want to attract like someone who's, you know, just really quality, you know, a soulmate, something like that, you know, healing work is the way to go. It opens you up and prepares you for that, and, you know, it helps you vibe up so you can attract someone who's on a healthier vibe for you, you know? So, healing rant. Hey, I guess that's what you're paying me for, though. You're paying me for these rants. How to... Well, actually, first, let's do your spiritual gifts. So I just pulled this from my spiritual gifts deck. It's a personal deck I made. And it's saying that you have clairsentience, which means it's clear feeling, basically. Just like you told me in your email, this is confirming that you're basically like an empath, like a traditional empath here. So it says you receive messages through feelings, emotions, or physical sensations. So you can feel others' emotions. You can feel drained in public and around people. The news and the radio can be difficult for you, and you're an empath, you're an intuitive, you're an open heart, and the quote here is, I feel. And so you're a really feelings-oriented person, and with that usually comes the gift of being some type of artist, and so your sensitivity is like a gift that helps you share your art, you know? And so I'm feeling like you have this ability to reach many people around the world. Something related to... Because what we're getting into here is your spiritual gifts. And so I feel like you're able to connect with a lot of people because you can tap into their feelings, into their energy, and you can empathize and you can understand. And you've also been through a lot in your life. So you have like a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom. For how young you are, I guess, you know, because I know you gave me your birth date, so I know you're only in your 20s, so, and I am too, actually. So, I know what that's like. You're kind of an old soul. You're a bit like me in that sense. And by the way, I obviously also have clairsentience. It's really wacky. I guess just some tips I can give you if you don't already know is, meditation, like every day, like twice a day in the morning, just to clear yourself, because sometimes you just have weird feelings left over from any dreams you might have had, and so meditation in the morning helps you just kind of get in alignment and just like into a positive mind frame. And then before you go to bed, it helps you just kind of go through things and cleanse off any feelings or things you might have picked up just from other people or just from the radio or the news or any energies you might have been exposed to. And it can be as simple as just 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, but it's imperative. The days I don't meditate, like, it's like a whole other story, I will tell you that. And then you can do different rituals, like some people like use prayer, or like visualization, like to visualize like an energy field around you, like a safe bubble or something. Sometimes I like to go to the sink and just kind of run water over my hands, take deep breaths, and just kind of go like this and just like flick energy just out and away. You can use sage to help just like clear like your aura and your house. And you can use crystals and stones to help you just like stay grounded and keep good vibes. You can just use your own willpower and mindset and like use mantras and affirmations to remind yourself, like, no matter what other people say or do, like, you're your own person, you make your own choices, and like you do your thing, you know what I mean, and you're safe and protected, whatever like you need to tell yourself, because it can be overwhelming. And like sometimes when there's people around you who are upset, like you feel hurt too, you know, or when someone's on stage and like they're messing up or something, you feel like insanely embarrassed like for them and with them, more than just like normal empathy. So like you have to like chill this side of you and keep it under check. And that's what awareness helps with. Like before I was aware of this, I was just a sponge. I just went around soaking up everything, and now I like can hold my ground and hold my space. And you know, you can even use yoga and tai chi, and there's so many different ancient practices that are out there to help you stay balanced and grounded and to hold your energetic space. But it's a really interesting gift, you know. On the positive side, like I said, people who are empaths, you know, are beautiful writers, and they're beautiful speakers, and they're beautiful dancers, and amazing, you know, poets, and You know, you can be really, really gifted in certain areas when it comes to art. You can be an amazing painter. There's just so many ways you can use this gift and express yourself because you have this sensitivity. So I do believe everyone has this gift to a certain extent, but some people have certain gifts more than others, and so for you, it's like very predominant in you. And I think in our culture as men, sometimes this is discouraged from developing. And so I think what's important as a male in this culture is to, you know, go ahead and surround yourself, like follow other like healthy, positive role models of other men who are, you feel like are empaths too, like musicians, specifically, people who just are vulnerable and like who like remind you that you can also be strong and it's okay like to be open and to be vulnerable and to be yourself and to be sensitive and to use these gifts and to develop them. I think that things are definitely changing in our society, and it's a lot easier for men to just be who they are and be authentic and to like embrace their feelings and to be in touch with that side of themselves, but it can be really difficult. And I know this just from my partner and from all the men I've dated and been friends with and stuff. Like, I've watched their journey and the struggle with like the ones who were artists, at least the struggle of trying to, you know, make their way in the world and use the talents and gifts, and you can be discouraged from that sometimes. And so if no one in your life has encouraged this side of you, let me be the first to just tell you that this is a really powerful gift, and there are many ways you can use it, but, you know, let the inner artist in you come out, let it come alive, and it can lead you to a lot of abundance. I mean, some of the wealthiest people I know are artists, and it's probably just because I work in the entertainment industry, but seriously, it's ridiculous, like, what you can do, and it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, how old you are, what type of, you know, preparation or schooling, etc. you have. I've heard all sorts of stories, and it's been enough to motivate me as an artist. And so I see this in you too. You know, this clairsentience is totally, like, everyone who I know who is an artist also has this empath side to them. So hopefully you can, you know, start to develop your gifts now and to use your sensitivity, let it just be natural, and connect with others and share your art, you know. Oh wow. I went to pick up my little notebook, which has a spread on it, and I accidentally picked up this card, and so it's the new path card. So yeah, they're saying like this is a new path for you with your art and with this gift you have. And follow your heart here. Okay, how to develop and use your gifts. Huh, interesting. Hang on. I'm just trying to grab this message. Okay,